Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, which musical guest is coming to Quinnipiac this May?
Plus, diversity at Quinnipiac, are students aware of it?
The news starts now.
Live from the Ed McMahon Center, this is the Q30 News Nightcast.
Good afternoon, Quinnipiac, and welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Nicole Siberry.
And I'm Taylor Popielarz. Capital Cities is coming to Quinnipiac. The headliner for the 6th annual Wake the Giant concert was announced by the Student Programming Board during the men's basketball game this past Saturday. The concert will take place May 2nd at the TD Bank Sports Center at 8 p.m.
Floor tickets are $15 and arena tickets are $10 for undergraduate students. Tickets are on sale now and can be purchased online or at the TD Bank Sports Center. Capital Cities is best known for their hit song, Safe and Sound.
The announcement of the spring concert is causing some controversy. I sat down with some students and the head of the main stage committee to find out the latest. The Student Programming Board has announced that Capital Cities will headline this year's Wake the Giant concert, but not many students are happy about it.
To be honest, I'm not thrilled about it.
I think we've had great selections in the past.
It's just really frustrating.
Despite SPB's efforts to survey the student body to gauge what type of artists they want, according to some students, the survey isn't working.
Okay, a survey, and then you never really get back to us about who was popular in the survey or anything like that. We don't ever get the results.
Some students have brought up petitioning the concert, saying they want to know why SPB seems to be ignoring their requests.
The fact that they put all these big names on it, and then when it's time for the concert, it's a little name. It's like, it doesn't really make sense.
Students are concerned that the Student Programming Board is not valuing their opinions, but according to members of SPB, the students are running the show. Kristen Foley runs the committee that plans the spring concert, and she wants students to understand how SPB uses the surveys.
We kind of look at what the student body wants, what we've done in the past, what students have asked for, but it's not a voting system, which some people seem to think it is. It's just more of a way for us to see what genre people would like to see, if like one genre is more dominant than another.
And despite low attendance at past concerts, Foley says her committee is working to listen to students more.
We kind of just look at students' responses. We send out the survey, which will also ask about the future concert and what they experienced with the past concert, so we look at that.
But some students still think SPB is missing the big picture.
If you get someone that's great, we're going to spend the money to go see them. But if you get someone who's mediocre, or someone that people don't want to see, we're not going to spend the money.
As of right now, it seems Foley and her team have their work cut out for them. Will you be attending this year?
As of right now, probably not.
I will. Possibly.
Absolutely not. I'm not attending that concert. No way.
Taylor Popielarz, Q30 News.
Quinnipiac administrators have made it known that the school is focusing on diversity. Our own Elijah Westbrook is taking a deeper look into how students feel Quinnipiac is handling in his two-part series, In Search of Diversity.
The lack of racial diversity here at Quinnipiac University is prevalent according to some students and faculty members.
I don't really think there's that much diversity, like just overall.
Which is why News Team 30 is spreading awareness of the lack of diversity at the university. Organizations such as Black Student Union, or simply known as BSU, is an organization that promotes all people regardless of race, gender, or religion.
Black Student Union is a multicultural organization here on campus, and it talks, when we have the meetings, we talk about topics involving obviously Black history and Black culture. We also integrate other cultures into the conversation.
Black Student Union has been around at Quinnipiac for more than 40 years, but its presence has been noticed more throughout recent years when more African American students came to Quinnipiac. Russell believes that even though more and more students of color have been accepted to the school, it isn't enough to make the school diverse the way it should be.
So I think we're stepping in the right direction, but there is a lot of room for growth.
While Russell believes that Quinnipiac is not diverse, other students agree with her claim.
I think that it's still a very homogeneous population, both in terms of race and in terms of the kind of student that attends here.
Organizations like SGA have been working with the university and teaming up with other organizations such as the Imagine program. The program's purpose is to spread awareness of diversity and open students' minds to multiculturalism while preparing them for the global workforce. Many are in hope that diversity will increase so students are able to get the most realistic experience possible before they graduate. At Quinnipiac University, Elijah Westbrook, Q30 News.
Quinnipiac has received a $1 million gift to create the Novak Family Polish Chair. The gift from Pete and Kasia Novak will be used to create the Polish-American Business Leader Scholars Program. Quinnipiac will match the Novak's gift, creating a $2 million fund. This scholars program will provide annual scholarships for Polish students pursuing their MBAs at Quinnipiac. The Novak Family Polish Chair was created in support of the Central European Institute at Quinnipiac. The CEI builds bridges between the U.S. and Central Europe by fostering relationships in business, academics, and culture.
President Leahy's interviews with Q30 and the Chronicle might have put Quinnipiac in hot water. The town of Hamden is claiming the university owes its residents $6 million in property taxes for being a host community to college students. Nicolette Finelli has more.
The president of the Legislative Council is asking public officials to change a law that exempts universities like Quinnipiac from paying property taxes. Council President James Pasquarella wrote a letter addressing his concern over taxable property being removed from the town. Pasquarella claims the relationship between residents and students is deteriorating from rapid enrollment increases. Ian McCracken, a sophomore at Quinnipiac, noticed this power struggle between the town and university.
President Leahy and the mayor are sort of still trying to work out the kinks of whether this should be a college town or not. And I think that the mayor is trying to keep the identity of Hamden as Hamden and not Quinnipiac University.
Hamden resident Lenny Rizzo has also noticed the tension.
A lot of residents are very bitter. With a lot of different things from Quinnipiac.
Although many agree that there's a bitterness between Hamden residents and Quinnipiac students, many believe that Quinnipiac benefits local communities.
There's 8,000 kids. That means there's 8,000 kids passing by, buying gasoline, groceries every day for all of our local Hamden stores, big and small.
I think that we definitely affect their economy because if the students at Quinnipiac weren't here, their businesses would not have as many customers.
I think that the Quinnipiac community contributes a lot to local businesses of the Hamden area.
I think that we do our part, especially there are numerous organizations on campus who provide money from school and give it to the people of Hamden.
While most felt that Quinnipiac contributes enough to Hamden, some thought the university could give a little more.
It would be nice if they made a bigger donation.
I think the potential to give back is there, and I think we do owe it to the town to give back more money if we're also going to take this property.
The Student Programming Board will release their lip dub video this Monday, the 17th. The lip dub was done to Katy Perry's hit song Roar and was made as a promotional video to kick off Spirit Week, which also starts next Monday. Students from Greek Life, SPB, the Student Government, Pep Band, the Ice Cats, and Dance Co. participated.
Still to come, what one major pharmacy plans to stop carrying.
Plus, we'll tell you what charity event on campus has students shaving their heads for a cause.
Stay with us.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
Also Mike 3 and Mike 3. Yep, take Mike 3.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The The Bobcat shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
Dozens of Quinnipiac students, including 3 girls, shaved their heads Tuesday night to help raise over $10,000 for St. Baldrick's. The 5-year tradition at Quinnipiac is an event co-sponsored by SPB and the Quinnipiac Irish Club, working to raise money for the organization. St. Baldrick's focuses on raising money to help find cures for childhood cancer. And after graduation, students are faced with the reality of job searching. Technology is constantly improving, and more students are shifting away from arts and humanities and focusing on science and engineering. But what happens when these growing fields can no longer provide jobs to recent grads? Anthony Trahan has more.
Michael Simpson has a knack for engineering, a major he thought would make it easy for him to land a job when he graduated from Middlesex Community College. But even that highly coveted engineering degree didn't protect him.
I worked for Tower Glass for 2 years. I was a draftsman for the company, and I got laid off about 6 months ago because business was slow.
Students would fill out a form like this to declare their major. The pressure of choosing a major is already high enough, but with unemployment rates rising in demanding fields, the decision just got a lot harder.
According to the Georgetown Public Policy Institute, the lowest unemployment rates were among the elementary education at 5% and nursing majors at 4.8%, while architecture were as high as 13%. Drama and theater majors also saw a significantly lower rate at 6.4%. CT Works is a company that works with people who are unemployed and aids them in finding a job. Peter Ramo, who specializes in observing unemployment rates, says that the high demand in science and technology also explains this high unemployment rate, at least among the young.
The young people's access to jobs is being delayed because older folks are deciding not to retire. They're deferring their retirement, and many of these folks, especially women with college degrees themselves, are finding opportunities to continue working. So this delay in retirement creates a bottleneck for the young people because their access to jobs is more limited.
Joseph Catrino helps encourage communication students into careers at Quinnipiac University. He says as long as you have the drive, you can be successful.
I try to help students figure out what they're passionate about, what they like and they dislike, and I don't even try to steer students, I just try to encourage students to go in the direction that they want to go. If you want to get a job, you'll get a job. If you're really passionate about it, you'll do anything you can to get into that industry.
Michael doesn't think passion is enough in the engineering field. He's putting his faith in the job he loves, and he's heading back to school to get his bachelor's.
People build everywhere, and there's always something going on, but for some reason it's hard to find a job. I don't think going back to school will improve my salary. It'll improve my likeliness of finding a job because it just opens more doors for me.
For Q30 News, I'm Anthony Trahan.
CVS has announced its pharmacies will stop selling tobacco products. By October 1st, its 7,600 stores will not sell cigarettes, cigars, or tobacco products. Although the decision will cause CVS pharmacies to lose $2 billion, CVS says this positions them as a major player in the healthcare industry. CVS also says tobacco should not be sold where pharmacists and nurses work to help patients get well. And Subway is in the process of removing a chemical from its bread. The chemical is azodicarbonamide and is a blowing agent found in yoga mats and shoe rubber. According to the World Health Organization, it is used as a food additive to improve flour in breads. Its use in food is already banned in Europe, the UK, and Australia. According to the HWO, this chemical can induce asthma and other respiratory symptoms. Subway released a statement saying they were already in the process of removing the chemical, even though it is a UDSA and FDA approved ingredient.
It's a good thing that they're removing that.
Definitely.
That is pretty nasty. But change of topics. Have you been watching the Olympics?
I have a little bit. Like, it helps that I get the Olympics and I'm not in class when they're on, so I like the snowboarding a lot.
Oh yeah? Are you more of a Winter Olympic or Summer Olympic fan?
I'm definitely a Summer Olympics fan, so I'm excited for Brazil.
Oh yeah, 2016, right? I think they just announced a later one a few years later, and I think Tessa McKinley has it now with World News, so let's toss it to her.
Hi, I'm Tessa McKinley with your weekly world news. The 2014 Winter Olympics have only just begun, but China is already planning their bid to host the 2022 Winter Olympics. Yang Zaichao, the vice president of the Chinese Olympic Committee, explained the planning and progress they've made so far at a press conference in Sochi last Saturday. Zaichao said, quote, "Our overall concept is to develop 3 stadium zones in the Beijing area. We plan to hold the opening ceremony at the National Stadium, which is commonly known as the Bird's Nest," end quote. At least 11 people were killed and 18 injured from multiple bombings yesterday afternoon at a movie theater in Pakistan's northwestern city, Peshawar. A Peshawar police officer said 3 hand grenades struck the Shama Cinema, which is known for showing pornographic movies. The officer told reporters that 1 blast was inside the cinema and the other 2 were outside. Peshawar borders the tribal districts that are a fortress of the Pakistan Taliban. Shahidullah Shahid, spokesman for the Pakistan Taliban, denied any involvement of the militant group. The European Commission has expressed regrets about Switzerland's passage of the immigration quotas. The Commission says these quotas go against the principle of free circulation of people between the European Union and Switzerland. The EU says they will have to reassess their ties with Switzerland. A statement from the Swiss government said these limits and quotas will apply to all permits covered by legislation on foreign nationals. These include cross-border commuters and asylum seekers, and must be geared towards Switzerland's overall economic interests. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Tessa. And coming up on the Q30 Newscast, your latest weather forecast as Quinnipiac prepares for a snowy Thursday.
And an iconic actress passes away, leaving a legacy on and off the screen.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Qcash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Qcash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
Welcome back. Nicole, I don't know about you, but I'm really hoping for a snowy day tomorrow.
Me too. It would mean I would have a 4-day weekend and I could get so much stuff done, or I could just be really lazy. I haven't decided yet.
4-day weekend's nice. You know what's better than that?
What?
A 5-day weekend. No classes on Wednesday for me, and then no classes on Friday. So tomorrow would work out perfectly. So let's toss it over to Megan and see if our dreams will come true.
Those dreams just might come true. We're looking at some very cold temperatures in the Northeast, like 21 degrees in Boston, and we're seeing 73 degrees in Los Angeles and 81 down in Miami, making us all jealous in the cold. Taking a look at the temperatures over the state, we have low to mid-20s and 23 degrees in New Haven. Now looking at the radar, we are going to see some very cold weather coming up. And it's going to come hit us very, very quickly, and maybe even just a snow day. Now, taking a look at tonight's forecast, 18 degrees with snow showers, winds east-northeast at 12 miles per hour. tomorrow's forecast, 34 degrees with a wintry mix, north-northeast at 22 miles per hour. Taking a look at the 8-day, we're going to see some warm temperatures towards the end of the week, but very, very cold and maybe some snow on Tuesday. Back to the desk.
Thanks. So how do you feel about Jimmy Fallon taking over the Tonight Show?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, Jay Leno has definitely served his time, and it's sad to, see an icon because he's definitely become an icon go,
Yeah.
but Jimmy's definitely fresh and young and brings kind of a modern appeal. But I personally love Jimmy Kimmel on ABC.
Okay.
I watch him every night, so.
See, I'm still a Fallon fan, so I'm excited to see how he's going to take the Tonight Show, and I like that he's bringing it back to New York.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
I know that Chelsea and Steph have a lot to say about that and more in our entertainment report.
Thanks, guys. Unfortunately, former child star Shirley Temple passed away Monday. She was 85 years old. She died of natural causes in her Woodside, California home. According to Temple's rep, she was surrounded by her family and caregivers at the time of her death. Temple is best known for her acting achievements as well as her long career as a diplomat. She was also a wife, mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. There will be a private funeral arrangements, and a remembrance guest book will be opened on www.shirleytemple.com.
Jay Leno wished his viewers a wholehearted goodbye and officially passed down the Tonight Show torch to Jimmy Fallon. And we've got his full lineup of guests and musical performers for the comedian's late-night antics.
That's right, Chelsea. The former SNL Weekend Update anchor packed his first week with a mix of celebrities. For his hot seat celebrities, Fallon will be visited by Will Smith, U2, Jerry Seinfeld, Kristen Wiig, Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga, Tim McGraw, Will Ferrell, and even Michelle Obama. Fallon's first show will air Monday, February 17th on NBC.
And Shia LaBeouf is screaming out for attention from his fans. The actor stormed out of a press conference in Berlin for Lars von Trier's film Nymphomaniac. He then showed up to the premiere less than an hour later with a brown paper bag over his head reading, quote, "I am not famous anymore," end quote. And on Tuesday, LaBeouf put on what sources say to be the weirdest art show in LA. According to TMZ, he silently confronted fans and gave a variety of strange gifts, like whiskey and a ukulele. And he looked as if he cried his eyes out before the show. I guess Shia LaBeouf is transforming his reputation. That's all for entertainment news. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, guys. Still to come, Quinnipiac makes its way to the Sochi Winter Games in a very special way.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
While the Winter Olympics may be taking place in Sochi, fans watching from Connecticut may recognize some faces on the screen. 11 athletes competing in this year's games call Connecticut home, including Eliza Outram, a Hamden native who placed 6th in the women's moguls.
Julie Chu, Hillary Knight, and Josephine Pucci are Connecticut natives on the U.S. women's ice hockey team. They won against Switzerland Monday morning 9-0, and they played Canada this morning, beating Finland 3-1. And be sure to watch Thursday morning to see Ryan Callahan, Max Pacioretty, Jonathan Quick, and Kevin Shatterkirk represent Connecticut and the USA when they face Slovakia in men's hockey. And Quinnipiac's women's ice hockey player Erika Udin Johansson is also heading to the Olympics Games. The senior forward is playing for Sweden, where she's originally from, and has already made some moves, shooting a team-high 4 shots on goal as the Swedes best Japan in a 1-0 win.
This isn't her first time skating on Olympic ice, though. Udin Johansson also suited up for Sweden in the 2010 Olympics that took place in Vancouver. She will join her team as they take on Germany next in Group B action. And last year, baseball fans said goodbye to legendary Yankees closer Mariano Rivera. This year, baseball will be saying goodbye to another Yankee. In a Facebook photo posted earlier today, Derek Jeter announced that this season will be his last.
Some of Jeter's accomplishments include 5 World Series titles, over 3,000 hits, 13 All-Star appearances, 5 Silver Slugger awards, and 5 Gold Gloves.
That is depressing. As a Yankees fan, that's depressing.
It is. I'm a Yankees fan too, so.
Yeah, but he'll go down in history. But we got to focus on our Quinnipiac sports, and it seems like it was a busy weekend.
Yeah,
so
some highs, some lows.
Some highs and some lows. So let's hear the details. Toss it over to Gio Mio.
Thanks, guys. Giovanni Mio here with your Q30 Newscast Sports Report. Let's jump right into the action. While both the men's and women's ice hockey teams are ranked in the top 10, they injured their stocks this weekend. After the number 5 men's team defeated number 14 Clarkson 6-3 Friday night, Quinnipiac fell in upset fashion to the St. Lawrence Saints 3-2. The number 10 women's team traveled to New York to face both Clarkson and St. Lawrence, tying Clarkson 3-3 and losing to the Saints in a shutout 3-0. The women's basketball team is starting to heat up, now winners in 7 of their last 8. 2 of those 7 wins came this weekend against conference foes Monmouth and Canisius. It all started Friday night against the Hawks, where 3 Bobcats scored in double figures for the 83-67 win. It was a tougher hill to climb against the Golden Griffins because QU shot 20% from the field and was down 30-19 at the end of the first half. Jasmine Martin and Brittany McQueen led the charge in the second half, giving the Bobcats a 29-6 run at the beginning of the half and never looking back. They are now tied for 3rd in the MAC standings. And while Saturday afternoon was a spring concert reveal, there was a basketball game being played. It was pretty important as well, since the Bobcats and Rider Bronx are fighting for 4th in the standings. After winning an overtime thriller against the Siena Saints, would Tom Moore and his squad be ready to ride the Bronx? Basketball here at Lender Court, Quinnipiac versus Rider, and early on, the Rider Bronx would take advantage in the first half. Khalil Thomas goes to Jimmy Taylor for the 3. He sinks it. Rider takes an early lead and would extend a couple of plays later. This time would be Daniel Stewart with the pump fake dribble off the backboard, 4-2. Bronx up by 6, but Quinnipiac would fight back. Evan Conti drives to the lane, goes to Ike Azatam for the slam. The Bobcats only trail 27-26. After a missed shot from A.J. Sunbury, Sunbury will try to get the rebound. Ball is picked up by Umar Shan. He'll go to his left to Evan Conti, all the way from three-point line. He can book it. And with seconds remaining left in the first half, Umar Shan off a screen from Azatam going to his left. Desai Hurst to end the first half, drains it for 3. Bobcats up 34-27 entering the second half, and the Bobcats wouldn't look back. Azatam driving to his left with the floater. 4-2, and Quinnipiac extending their lead once again. Zayed Hurst with the ball, drives to the lane, goes to Conti. Conti driving to his left, tipped by Sunbury to Usman Drame with the throwdown. He goes down hard, but the Rider Bronx go down even harder. Conti spins between 2 defenders. Nice move there. Goes to his left off the backboard, 4-2, and the Bronx could not come back. Quinnipiac wins by a score of 82-61, and that would be it for the Bronx. Here is head coach Tom Moore after the game.
We talked a lot about some of the things we didn't do well the first weekend in December down there at Rider, the first time we played them. We weren't strong or tough enough on the 3 of their top players down there, Danny Stewart and Anthony Miles and Jimmy Taylor. Put a lot of time and effort in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday into focusing on doing just a better job. We didn't strategically do a lot different. Did a few little technical things differently. But for you guys who've seen us, you know we're pretty much just a half-court, straightforward, man-to-man team, and we're more mature and tougher than we were on December 5th or whatever day it was that we played them.
And that does it here for the Q30 Newscast Sports Report. And for more information on Quinnipiac sports, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Q30 Sports. I'm Giovanni Mio. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gio. And that'll do it for the Q30 Newscast tonight.
Stay updated all week long by following us on Facebook and Twitter and by visiting our website at q30television.com.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back next week with the latest in Quinnipiac, local, and national news. Have a good night.